How's it going, my friends? My name is Daniel. This is Daniel Teaches. Welcome back to the channel. Today's video is a special one on my heart. It is one put in place for all the people who are kind, all the people who are nice. And we're looking at this idea of you see an individual who's clearly doing something that you're not a fan of, whether it be a certain behavior or it's a habit now. It could be the littlest thing. It could be anything from not putting away your dishes to constantly throwing your clothes on the ground. Maybe their roommate is doing that. But it doesn't have to stay at home. This could be a coworker. This could be a business partner who constantly does a certain thing that you know that you can't cooperate with this. And that things could be much, much better if that individual did correct their behavior. Now, one thing that we see all the time with people doing this is they directly attack the person. Let me give you an example. Let's say I'm chilling out. My roommate's going to walk in. He takes off his jacket. Instead of hanging it up, he throws it on the ground. Now, natural reaction, what people do is I start attacking him. Jake, why you gotta be so lazy all the time, man? Pick up your jacket. Now that's fine, but you have to understand what I just did was I just initiated a verbal attack. Logically, what's gonna happen? He's going to verbally defend himself. If you go up and physically attack someone, what's gonna happen is they're going to physically defend themselves. Verbally, it's the exact same thing. So guess what he's gonna say? He's going to say, oh, what, Daniel, so you think you're perfect? Well, how about what you did last week or the week before that? You did da-da-da-da-da. So see, now, the reason is now it's no longer about figuring out what's right or not. It's about proving a point. Now it's not, let's figure out if that's a bad habit. What I just did was now it's Daniel versus Jake. And now their ego is involved. And we're going back and forth using our emotions rather than our logical and rational thinking. So, my friends, the advice that I give to you here, which is a total known concept in psychology, is this idea that instead of attacking the individual, instead of me attacking you, see, you got to understand, there's nothing wrong with you. I do not have a problem with you. I don't have a problem with Jacob, my made-up roommate. But I have the problem with his behavior. So then we root it back. Okay, that behavior comes from a mindset. I have a problem with his idea. Now, as soon as he walks in, if I just go, what the hell, why are you so lazy? When I put that negative trait of laziness with him, with his character, naturally, it's going to hurt your ego. It's going to hurt your confidence. And even the most humble, down-to-earth people are going to be taken back. I would like to think that I take feedback well, whether it be positive or negative. However, if I walk in through the door and somebody says something like that emotionally, there's a part of my brain, we're not going to get too sciencey, but it's called the AMYGDALA. This is my emotional control center. And what it's going to do, it's going to start firing off, say, defend yourself, defend yourself. So if I'm walking in and someone says that to me, I'll say, really? Am I lazy? I'm not really lazy. Look at all these other things I do. How about yourself? Why would you say something like that to me? And that is totally normal. Those are human instincts. So instead, my friends, what you do is when the individual walks in, attacking that mindset would be this. I'm sitting there. Jacob walks in the room. He throws his jacket on the ground. And I look at him and I say, Hey, Jacob, come over here for a second. I want to show you something. No, come here, man. Hey, how's it going? Now, Jacob, do you see that? Do you see what I'm seeing? Listen, man, you are such a hardworking guy. You are such a smart guy. Isn't throwing your jacket on the ground such a lazy thing to do? Did you see what I just did there? So now, I'm not saying it's me versus you. I'm saying it's me and you. We're on the same team. I care for you. I want you to be better. Now, I've noticed this habit. I'm not attacking you. I'm saying, hey, come on over. We're on one team. Let's analyze the problem together. It's not me versus you. It's me and you versus the behavior. And as soon as I do that, Jacob realizes, he's like, you know what? Daniel's not going after me, who I am. He's going after this action. This makes it very, very likely for the individual to actually take your side and be like, you know what, man, I am hardworking, but it's just, man, when I finish school, I'm not thinking, I just throw my jacket on the ground. When you can separate the behavior from the individual, that is when it is most likely for the individual to go, you know what, that's not me, and I don't want that to be a part of me. And they are more likely to go to accept their wrongdoings, to go, you know what, maybe that isn't the best way to look at this. Now, you can use this advice anywhere. You can use it at home. You can use it at the workplace. You can use it with your friends. The common ground that we want to reach here, folks, is we want people to take accountability for their wrongdoings, for their mistakes. However, trying to force it on them with aggression and tone of voice and trying to shout at them until they admit it is not the best way to go. Not in my cases anyways, not when I've experienced it. Now, if another point to add, which is extremely important, this will be a video on its own, but I want to give you a little bit of a glimpse right now. When you are the individual who's going to point out the behavior, so if Jacob's walking and he's throwing his jacket on the ground, it is extremely important the tone of voice that I use. Because what happens is we hear the tone of voice before we actually hear the words. So it doesn't matter what I'm saying, but if there sounds like there's an aggression coming out of my voice, Jacob's mind is going, whoa, this is an attack. What is he saying? Why is he talking like that? And before he even thinks about what I'm saying, he's already ready to hit back. So it's extremely essential that when I point out this behavior, like you noticed in my example, when I brought him over and I'm patting him on the back, I'm doing a very friendly tone, even almost a comical tone. Like, hey man, like you're a super hardworking guy. What is this? What's going on? That's not you. And that sort of tone is implementing this idea of, wow, you know what? We're just joking around. Daniel's making a fun comment, but you know what? Maybe he's got a point. So if you are pointing out behavior, my friends, be really conscious of the tone of voice that you're using when doing so, because that tone of voice alone will set the tone for the rest of the discussion. So my friends, those are just a few of the tips that are important when looking at things like pointing out someone's behavior and realizing the emphasis of tone. If you liked any of that or any of what you're seeing, don't forget to subscribe to this channel and like us on all the social media platforms. My name is Daniel. This is Daniel Teaches. Have a fantastic day.